Okay guys, hello, welcome to the live. Peace skis. Something that I forgot to do when I last went live was, let's go like this, let's raise this thing up a bit higher. Okay. Now maybe I need to raise it a bit lower. Okay, like this, okay. Yeah, I think this is a good laying down angle. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, be a bit lower. Adjusting. Okay. So, hello. Don't need these glasses. So the topic of this video is don't ask me about things I can't control. And that's because I'm talking about small talk. And a lot of small talk topics are regarding things like, how did you grow up? Where are you from? What's your family like? People want to know about things that are out of your control. Like, I didn't choose to be born. I didn't choose the family I was born into. I didn't choose how much money I had growing up. People want to talk about extravagant birthday parties and extravagant vacations. And it's like, did I really work for those things, or were they just given to me? Because again, like, depending on the type of family you have, a lot of that stuff is just family things. I know I say family a lot, but yeah, I just think it does like determine a lot. And right now my lighting setting, if you're wondering why it's changing, it's set to a candle. That's why it gets brighter and like darker. It's kind of like I'm sitting in front of a fire. So yeah, let me know if you like that effect. Leave a comment. Okay, guys? Anyone like that effect? If you like it, leave a fire emoji. Leave a fire emoji in the chat. Speaking of chat, yeah, so that's the topic. And how are you guys doing? How do you feel, just like off the top of your head? Like, how do you feel about small talk? And how do you feel about questions about things that like you can't really control? Because like people will ask me like about myself, and I'm just like, I don't know about myself. Like, I know, but it's not something I want to share. For some people, asking about themselves can be like, I'm adding this thing, can be like a bit traumatic. Because let's say, they grew up in the worst of the worst situations. Like, they didn't have running water, they just had black sludge coming out like their faucet. They didn't have a nice home, not nice upbringing, a lot of violence, abuse. Like, sometimes stuff like that, it could be triggering to them. And we love those little movies about how people like escape horrible situations, but what was it? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and then it's like, actually, no, it made me worse. So yeah, that happens. So yeah, in regards to small talk, some people are more for direct communication. So thanks guys. Thank you for putting the fires in the chat. Okay, okay, so we're describing someone right now who values direct, meaningful communication, conversation, over the kind of small talk that feels empty or forced. To them, small talk isn't just boring, it feels irrelevant because it circles around topics they never choose, like their family background or the circumstances they were born into. They'd rather skip the scripted questions and get to conversations that actually reveal who a person is, not the surface level details they can't control. Okay? Yeah, small talk. the conversational equivalent of treading water. It's like, why waste time discussing the weather or your second cousin's dog when you can dive into something real? And then also, I was thinking like small talk is connected to parasocial relationships. And if you don't know, it's like the one sided relationships that people have with reading books, like fantasy characters, movie characters, YouTubers, celebrities. Parasocial relationships blow up because people are starving for the kind of depth they don't, the deep conversations that they don't get in everyday small talk. When most real life conversations stay stuck on surface level topics, people naturally drift towards creators, streamers, or influencers who skip all that and jump straight into emotional openness, shared interests, and direct communication. Online, you get to talk about passion, struggles, goals, creativity, things that feel personal and chosen, not things you were born into, like family background or circumstances. Like, people want to ask, how's the weather? Like, I didn't choose the weather. Like, like people will say, oh, you choose to be in the country you're in, you choose to be in the city you're in. Like, no, maybe people are here because they don't have enough money to move out. Like, they don't want to know about what's going on in their city because they don't even like it. And they feel like more trapped and constrained, which is a real thing. Like, a lot of people act like everything's a choice and it's not. Like, oh, everything you do, you're choosing to do. But even life, like, is not exactly a choice because technically, euthanasia is not legalized. Like, you can't just choose when you want to die and when you want to live, or when you want to be unalive, or when you want to be alive, right? Like, you can't really choose stuff like that. So, yeah, a lot of times with life, like, things are not consented upon. But yeah, back to it. Things that feel personal and chosen. Things that are more chosen are like, well, I think, what's chosen is different for everyone. Like, some people do say, like, they worked hard and they chose to do da 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 da, the path they're on. So I think conversations that are about chosen things, like, for me, obviously I make the choice to go on YouTube, edit TikTok videos, making the choice to like do this. But it could also just be me having a passion for like social media, things like that. But I didn't do this like 3 years ago. I didn't do that like 1 year ago. At least not as consistently as I'm trying to do now. So, yeah, I mean, choices. It's an interesting question. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this video up with this, and I will tell you what I told the chatbot. You're touching on something really real here. The difference between small talk about the things we never chose and direct talk about the parts of ourselves we actively shape. even if that choice is only partial. So small talk, I put small talk is about what people don't control. Direct talk is about what people choose in a way, but no one really chooses anything. It's a bit more like a 60% free choice, like a passion. And sometimes I think my passion for like making this YouTube video, making like my TikTok edits, it's also like the generation I was born into because they say a lot of people wouldn't make it as a streamer and da 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 da. And I'm just like, yeah, maybe that's just the trend, you know? But I didn't choose to be born into my generation that's like big on YouTube and stuff like that. So, yeah. Small talk usually circles around things like family, upbringing, where you're from, all the stuff that's basically handed to you at birth. That's why it feels irrelevant or even intrusive. It's not about you, it's about your circumstance. Direct talk, as I phrased it, yes, I coined that term. Direct talk, on the other hand, leans into the things you actually put your energy into. Your interests, your goals, your values, your creative work. Even if we don't have 100% free choice, we still have that 60% zone of agency where we decide what to nurture, what to pursue, and what to build. So yeah, guys, I wanted to test out doing a video like this because when it gets pretty cold, I'm gonna want to like bundle up in my heating blanket, and I still want it to be like, okay, how am I gonna make a video? And it's like, yeah, this is how I can make a video. So pretty cool.